Greetings and welcome. Thank you for stopping by here on YouTube at The Real Bloom From Within Love. I go by Bloomy. And the original air date of this video is, I want to say, April 21st, 2022. Wherever you are on the globe, whenever you're clicking on here, I hope that you're doing well. And oh my God, help me. It's been an interesting day. But anything you guys need to know about me should be listed in the description box, okay? And if you're interested in knowing more about me, then I invite you to look at all of the goodies that I have on my profile. I have created various playlists, recommendations, and things of that nature for y'all to look through at, your discretion, okay? So to all of the new and returning viewers, followers, I should say subscribers, I'm mixing up platforms here, that's truly divinely guided, okay? Those of you that are truly here out of high vibration and love and light and positivity, I am wishing you well on your journey, sending you love and light, and thank you for all your kindness and every bit of a kind thought, every bit of a kind word, every bit of high vibrational love energy sent my way is much appreciated, because y'all know in 2022 we have a lot of energy going on in the world, and I'll be doing another video separate from this one talking about what I feel like has happened as a result of COVID for some, okay, in terms of how people slipped more into that fear-based energy, which caused them to really get in desperation and do some things that was very, very catastrophic and negative, and hurt a lot of lives, including their own. And so I'll be doing a reading and a discussion on that another day and time. This one is actually more lightweight because I didn't have time to do it yesterday. And it's about a collective of you that has had this slow and steady growth. And it's been a little bit frustrating in terms of your goals, your aspirations, or moving forward in your life. And the message that I'm getting from my guides is that slow and steady actually do win the race, that there is value to humble beginnings, and that there's value to allowing ourselves to kind of not always look for the quickest way to things in life. Sometimes looking for the quickest way to things can hurt us, whether that be business, a job, money, goals, anything, relationships, whatever it is that we feel like we want in life. Often when we're rushing ourselves or we're looking for any way possible just to get it all now, we miss the fine print. We miss the red flags. We miss all those little signs. But more than that, we also miss the opportunity for development. Slow and steady winning the race is not just about, not being too hasty or not being able to catch like the signs. It's also about character development. When we go into things too quickly, and we have a tendency to be that way, we haven't given ourselves time to develop character, right? Strength, moxie, resilience, and the things that's required in this life on this earth, because we can get anything instantly, but can we maintain it in a healthy way? Is it what we want, right? Do we have the strength to have integrity throughout the various cycles that's inevitable for every last one of us on the planet? Okay, so my guys are saying that it's more to it than people think. And if we could shift the perspective from why is it taking so long, or why did it take so long, to character development, slow and steady. Okay, all right, so I'm not gonna babble on too much there. I'm hoping that I can actually keep this one under like 2 hours, right? All right, light team, we've already prepared for this. Could we get some overall energy on? Okay. All right. Slow and steady, winning the race. All right, at the bottom here we have, you can learn a lot of good lessons from a few fucked up people. Okay, so many of you have gone through some seasons, you probably can't see this. You've gone through some seasons of some pretty fucked up shit with some pretty fucked up people. Okay, in terms of, I call it the precautionary tale. You know, if we're wise and we're paying attention to things, it's like, okay, what have you learned from all of that? The people that you have surrounded yourself with, the people that you've been in a relationship with, whatever you want to call it, and you've watched how, you know, being too frivolous, being too quick, too hasty, to get into things, what has that taught you? It says you can learn a lot of good lessons from a few fucked up people. So I feel like you guys have made some poor decisions. We all have, in terms of getting into things. It could be a job, it could be a business, and you look up and you go, I wish I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Or you see how other people did it, and you see like the destruction that can come on your life when you're like that. So the guys are asking the collective of you that this is going to resonate with. Yes, you know, some stuff is very painful, long and hard and all of that. But once you've allowed yourself to feel what you have to feel, when you get into neutral and kind of detach from that, when you're able to, looking at it from the perspective, okay, because it's still about growth. They're saying slow and steady, whether that's a failed relationship, a job, a friendship, a business, whatever, okay? This was all about lessons. That's how they serve, okay? Now, let's get the overall energy. And I'm just going to let the cards come out because I want to try to keep this as a shorter one. I'm trying, y'all. Bear with me. Oh, Bloomy Bloom. There's been a lot going on in old Bloomy Bloom's world. So just hang in there with me a little while longer, and we gonna get it. We gonna get it on tilt for you. Okay? All right. Yeah. Hostilities and indecision. Many of you guys have just come out of some very hostile situations and environments, and it was due to your indecision. Okay? Refusing to see truths. Okay? Refusing to choose a direction, and all of that stagnation only created further hostilities. Okay? Interesting. It made it worse. But so the lesson could also be about, you want slow and steady to win the race, but you also want to be clear and decisive. Okay, slow and steady is not stagnation. It's realizing that things take time. And sometimes we got into things because we didn't want it to. We wanted the instant this and the instant that and the instant this. We wanted all the answers, and so we hastily did something, right? So let's see. What we got, team? Yeah, envy. Oh, boy. Oh, lessons about envy. Okay, doing stuff out of envy. Doing stuff out of pettiness. Making decisions out of that kind of an energy. That's a big lesson. Let me see. Anything else, team, from here? Overall energy. Slow and steady. Growth. Yeah, victory. Yeah. See, I was just saying it. What else? Yeah, the hostilities. It wants to come out. Okay. So we have envy, victory, and hostility. And then at the bottom, we have blossoming abundance. So this may be like about money and about jobs, about wealth, about success. And when we're driven out of envy, okay, it drives you to want to win at all cost here, which creates hostilities, right? Because it's a hostile energy. Rarely, if you're in this energy right here, is it something from a healthy place. So it's almost like, okay, you're quick to do something. You're trying to go so fast. You're trying to win. You're trying to rush. You want to win, okay? You want to win. But it ends badly, okay? Envy is not a good energy to start anything, okay? It's not. If we're being provoked, or I'm going to go and get this job because I want to look better, I want to seem like, it's all about the energy and frequency. It really is. The intentions and the motives about things, okay? And if the envy is the heart, then it's going to hit here. Now, some of you, depending on who's watching, you're not the person that was envious. You could have been dealing with a person that was envious of you, wanting to win at all costs here, fighting behind money, wanting to win at all costs, which ended in hostility, okay? So the lesson is more about now. Now you can do a review for yourself. You can learn a lot of good lessons from a few fucked up people. A lesson about envy, selfishness, and choosing things based on that. Being quick to get into things, okay? Let's keep it pushing. Slow and steady, winning the race, about development, character development, personal development. Being okay with humble beginnings. Being okay with starting from scratch. Being okay. Yep, I got twin flames, loss and lack. Yeah. Fear, clairvoyance. Okay. Clarity. Somebody gained the clarity about something here. Okay. The lesson. You can learn a lot of good lessons from a few fucked up people. Idyllic times, the garden. Okay. So, again, I'm trying to say this in a balanced way, the best I know how. There's nothing wrong with any of us wanting finer things in life. It's always back to, why do you want the finer things in life? What is it really serving? What's driving you? What's your motivation? Is this about envy? Is this about appearance? What is it? Okay. So some of you come out of a situation where you or someone was just wanting the finer things of life. Okay. Some of you were living a lifestyle like that. All right. Trying to hurry up and get to the deluxe apartment in the sky energy, right? And it ended hostility. Someone lacked boundaries here. Okay. This is a lesson about boundaries. It's a lesson about motivation, intentions. Reclaiming power, absolutely. Because when we're quick to get into something, it's another way we can be quick to get stuck. I had to learn this like everybody else, slow and hard, okay? No matter what it is. When we're just quick to not be thorough, not listen to our own voice, or then it's like, okay, and now I see how I got myself stuck. I was too quick. That's why the guys are saying slow and steady, because guess what? When you slow yourself down, you give yourself a chance to connect. One of the things I feel like I've grabbed on this path, at least the last year, is that one of the reasons why lower vibratory beings, energies, frequencies, whatever you want to call it, challenge you so much to hurry up now, is because they know that if you're given too much space to yourself, to really give yourself a moment to think clearly, that chances are they're going to be revealed, or whatever the holes is in the situation is going to be exposed on some level, okay? All right, so let's clarify envy. Yeah, new creation, innovation is in reverse. See, the guys are saying that when you're coming from a place of envy, okay, because someone envied that they couldn't create, right? They couldn't create something, innovation, frustrated with something, right? Could have been envious that they couldn't end someone else's new creation, okay? But the guys are really trying to point out that at the bottom line, when envy is your leading energy, if it's the foundation in which why you're doing something, you're not going to be successful the way you think you are. Your new creations will always fail and end in some kind of way, shape, form, or fashion, because it was built on a faulty foundation. It was built based on aggression, envy, jealousy, competitiveness, which is not a healthy energy to build something that's of worth and value to last here. And look at the bottom of the deck, you guys can't see it, but it says wisdom. There was a lack of wisdom, okay, in some situations here. When we're quick to do something, you can almost bet your bottom dollar wisdom is not there. You can almost bet your bottom dollar, okay? Victory. Victory. Yeah, soul radiance, phoenix rising. Okay, so some of you are recovering and you gained the victory, okay, from dealing with somebody that was envious of you. Somebody that was trying to sabotage you, sabotage your new beginning, your new creations because they were envious, okay? So many of you have overcome this. You've gained the victory, went through some type of destruction, phoenix rising here. So you're going to be regaining balance, okay? Stability and standing firm here. You're going to get through this. Hostilities. Yeah, because that's heavy energy. When you got envy here and hostility, that is like you're surrounded by darkness. Let's see, hostilities. Yeah, shamanic journey, purpose, attunement, vision, quest. Okay, yeah, so many of you, this hostility in part is or was because you do have a purpose, but also many of you, through whatever this was for you, it got you on your purpose, okay? Whatever that envy, hostility, fight energy here. So you did learn wisdom, okay? Some of you learned wisdom, the lessons. It says you can learn a lot of good lessons from a few fucked up people, okay? Yeah, Akashic record. So many of you got some deeper knowledge about, life, people, spirituality, religion, money, finances, energy, emotions. It could be so many things that some of you all realize that you got to be careful, when you're trying to be on a path of new beginnings and new creations for yourself, and you know that you're surrounded by envious energy, then you just must know that they're going to always try to sabotage you, and it'll probably serve you well to not deal with them at all. Okay, that was one of the hardest lessons that I had to learn. It's like, when you're an empath or a sensitive or, a divine feminine or a divine masculine in your ascensions, it's hard to turn it off sometimes, like when we're guided to, and that's one of the toughest lessons that we have on the journey, because we'll start to see how it hurts us in the end, how it sabotages us in the end, and perhaps those that we care about, right? Okay. But I'm liking this Phoenix rising, so y'all got some victory up in this piece, okay? After having been surrounded with envy and hostilities, okay? Yeah, because justice came in here. We have To Be Fair and Treasure Island. Okay, so now the universe is stepping in. They brought some balance to the scales here about some money situation. And just about going into a different time, a different space in your life now. Balance being restored. Okay. So we can learn a lot from looking at people that are envious and full of anger and hate and envious. What that does. If you live your life like that, how it can drive you in a very dark space. Okay. Let's see. Innovation in reverse. Okay. Yeah, why? Yeah. See, yeah, clean it up. Okay. See, people that are in the envious energy, you guys may have discovered, like, you'll never really fully understand. I spent years of my life trying to understand why people would even be envious and jealous in the first place. To me, it made no sense, especially if it was your own family and those that you were close to or grew up with. I just could not. I'm like, how and why? Yeah, why? Basically, why? Okay. But the moment we let go of that and accept it, the moment we start just kind of moving out of it. Many of you are already you recently went through something where it was people or a person or a situation that felt like they deserved something, like, and that's an entitled energy. And so as divines, we have to be aware that most of the people around us are not, and this is not meant to be condescending, but most of the people around us are not awakened. Okay. And they're very 3D based. And then some, worse yet, they go into the reverse, which is the more darker side of things. And when that starts to happen, the more toxic form of narcissism kick in. So they don't like an idea of people having something that they don't. They don't like the idea of them losing. They don't like the idea of you winning. They don't like, you know what I'm saying, where they're losing control, where they can't, directly benefit, especially if they feel like you belong to them, which narcissists typically do, especially when they're like on that darker side. They can't accept that someone wants to change. They can't accept that someone wants something new, or to start over, or to go down a different path. And just to be clear, that's actually not healthy. I know that it's common in culture. Some would stamp that as love or deep, but at the end of the day, how far will you go? Because we're not prisoners, and so then you'll get that resistance there, the envy and the hostility, which I feel like many of you guys did, right? All right, let's see, Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Rising. Yeah, a leg up. See, look at you guys. You're getting a new beginning here. The universe stepped in, like, look, clean slated, learn the lesson. And it's imperative, because sometimes when we do get out of lessons, or we feel like something is over, we sometimes have a tendency to go right back into something similar or repeat that same thing. And the universe is like, listen, whatever this was for you, it was tumultuous here. We have victory, and then we got soul radiance. So there was like a destruction and a rise. Okay. And they're going to give a leg up because of it. So remembering the lesson, so that you don't put your, like, about, look at right here, it says, all that glitters is not gold. The lesson, oh boy, about all that glitters is not gold. And see, you can't tell that when you're going too fast. If you're hasty and just jumping in and doing things, then you may miss that what's glittering is not gold here. Okay? Just based on what somebody else is saying with that message in a bottle. Right? Alluring and all of that lustful energy and stuff, right? Or even just when somebody tell you what God said and all that, you have to learn how to tap in. If it's indeed truth, you won't have to feel bullied or pressured into doing anything, okay? You should be able to follow your own intuition and not feel like you must do something, right? Unless you're feeling guided to do it. You see where I'm going, collective? It's the outside energy should not be able to push you. That pushy energy is an indication that something there is probably not right. Okay? Okay, let's see. Shamanic journey, dang. Yeah, chaos and conflict, regeneration. Okay, yeah. It was tumultuous. Chaos and conflict, regeneration, which is the death card here. It's so what I feel like this is about over here is when we're resistant to change. Okay? This is when all this hostile energy comes in. It interrupts your purpose, your vision, when we allow ourselves to stay in this energy and not transform. Regeneration in the upright would mean someone is going through the normal process of life in things, the normal cycles. We live, we die, there's winter, spring, summer, fall. There's a season for things, and then sometimes there's that moment when it's time for us to stop doing something, get another job, something is not working anymore, but only you determine that. Okay? You determine that, and sometimes I feel like the universe is saying, okay, you guys went through a lot of chaos and conflict here because some of you guys were resisting your change, your own change, whatever that means. And this is what brought in all this hostility, because decisions were made based on failure to change. And for some, you guys have dealt with people where due to failure to change, their life ends in chaos and conflict, or things just never go quite right for them because of the resistance to one's own change and transformation, right? Yeah. So now you guys are blessed. Okay, well, at least you are blessed, or that's what's coming for you. Okay. Yeah, TikTok is up. It's coming. It's a matter of time here. Yeah. Yeah, but stay in that alignment with your higher power and whatever you deem that to be. One of the hardest things I ever went through was in the beginning of my awakening, letting go of all the traditions I had came here with and releasing the need to get the approval of everyone around me or getting people to understand me. It just wasted my time and drained me. And I still kind of ended up in a place where it was like, and for what? One of the lessons of life is stop caring so much about what people think. Stop caring so much about those that care very little about you. Yeah, that'll free you at the end of the day. Okay, that'll free you. Because people do have opinions and a lot to say. But we're not slaves. Everybody is responsible for their own lives. Okay, if you're not a child, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's responsible for their own lives. And if you are a child, then your mother and your father and your grandparents and so forth are responsible for the children. But outside of that, no. We're not slaves. We're not objects. We're not here for that reason. You're here to do your life and journey as you're feeling guided to do. Okay? So we're at 27 minutes. I'm going to get tarot. And tarot and some final messages. I'm almost about to mess up over here. All right, again, bear with me, you guys. I know this reading may feel a little different. It's been an interesting day, and I'm still just kind of trying to just kind of balance out. And I'm all right, but I'm just saying, I'm sure you guys can pick up there's a little shift, and so hang in there. All right. Just bear with me. Knight of Wands, 2 of Cups. All right, light team. So from the tarot, could we get whatever you guys want to reveal and share for the collective that this is for, in terms of, okay, this lesson has been learned for them. They've learned some lessons. They've gone through a hell of a lot here. Okay, but in the heart of it, it looks like the universe is trying to step in due to someone embracing a transformation. Okay, so with that being said, slow and steady, look what I got, you guys, at the bottom of the deck. I have the Empress. Okay, so you may be a divine feminine or you may be a divine masculine, but just take it as it resonates here. All right, light team, so what do you guys want to reveal about what's next? Okay, there's been some type of a victory here, some kind of a breakthrough, transformation, lessons learned here. Yeah, the devil in reverse. Okay, so it's like now you all are free of toxicity and devilish attachments here, but you have to stay that way. Okay, the lessons, trust me, I'm not just spitting some out my mouth. I had to go my own version of rounds before I really understood that, like, yeah, you can get free and get victory, but if we slip back into our old ways, we'll find ourselves back in devilish attachments. And so the universe is just trying to ensure that we remember this, whoever you guys are. Like, okay, you're free. They're telling you you're free now. Okay? From the devil or devilish attachments here. You're free from being blocked by the devil. Okay? What else do we have here? Because that's the leading energy, devil in reverse. So, freedom. Okay? You're free. Yeah. From a toxic marriage, you're free to release that. Okay? Four of Wands, toxic home environment, toxic family life here. Okay? You won't have to be in isolation anymore and hide due to toxic family or toxic marriage here that kept you stressed out. Okay? From their spell works and their, yeah. For some of you, it's, I just want to say I don't really want to get into what I see here, but some of you, it was a loss. Someone passed, okay? But don't hold on to that guilt, okay? Someone passed, but that was not your fault, okay? If you're in that energy, and I mean, if it was someone, you know, close to you, then I'm sure there's some kind of emotion there. But it wasn't your fault in terms of whatever may have transpired prior. Okay, that was destined to happen, and it was due to that person's actions. Okay? And their time. I don't mean to be too insensitive. Take this part as a resonate. It's not going to be for everybody. But often, I'm still asking my guides how to address certain things here, trying to just be even keeled. But we see these types of readings, these karmic readings, and we see it and hear it all the time. Well, we'll say something like, you know, what's going to be the karma, or we'll see this and that, and we'll actually do see death. And when it actually happens, it could be shocking, okay, when it actually happens in the 3D. So a reminder to you all where that's the case and you saw this reading and it did happen. So know that no matter what transpired right before, that was actually destined, okay? And doesn't make the pain less, but ask your guides to help you to not slip into like the guilt and those other things, because then you can slip into another direction, okay? But certainly connect to your guides, source, whatever you resonate with for your process of grief, okay, if you're feeling that. But I just wanted to be the one to say that no, that's not your fault. It wasn't your fault. That was destined. I think I did some reading several weeks back where I said some of the karmics was going to self-destruct because they refused to stop. They just refused to stop doing black magic and different things. Like no matter how many times source, spirit guides, whatever, they just were not going to stop. Nobody was going to stop them, you know, because of that imbalance. And so just understand that when people do certain things, it's due to some imbalances. And if I'm guided in a few days or so, I'll do a reading on, I don't know if I can speak on that, but in a few days, if I'm released, earlier I was guided to do a certain type of a reading that showed me kind of what actually happens, okay, in that process in certain situations, and what was the thought process of a person, and then what happens after that. And so it was very kind of eye-opening for me. And if I'm released to do something like that, I'll come back and maybe it'll help those of you who are dealing with some type of grief, okay, after a loss, somebody passing away, okay? All right, so let me keep it pushing here. So we want to keep it light because the guides are saying that, yes, right now, you have the natural, you guys may have some natural response to some things if it was pertaining to a death that we see back here. For others of you, it wasn't a literal death. For others of you, it was just something that needed to come to an end because it was stressing you out. It was causing problems, anxiety, sleepless nights. Yeah. So, which was all these hostilities here, and it was all about envy, okay? Somebody not wanting someone to go on a new beginning, okay? What else? Yeah. Eight of Cups, yeah. Some of you are asking why. Wow. Why did you walk away, or why didn't they walk away, or just walk away from the fight and just plan? It wouldn't have mattered. And let me say this, I'm trying to be fair and even here. But, you know, we all got to go our path. So my guys are saying just speak. Because it wasn't until I started standing in my strength and speaking truths very boldly. It wasn't until then that I started to see change. As long as I was in this energy of kind of feeling like I don't have a right to stand up for myself or to speak my truth or to voice I'm upset. You know, as long as I stayed in that energy, I felt disempowered. I felt stagnated. I felt like I was not being authentic and that I wasn't going anywhere. And the moment I just started being authentic and voicing my truth, even when it meant I was voicing that I was upset, that I was mad, or showing that's when things changed. And often empaths have an issue with that. You have a right to be upset and mad and to voice that. But we've been conditioned in narcissistic dynamics that we don't really have that right. Even though they themselves, you know, didn't have a problem doing that. And then we feel guilty for their actions. That's a clear indication that there's been narcissistic abuse. And trauma bonding and that whole cycle there that you might want to look into some things to help you to listen to and things of that nature, because you voicing how you feel, even if it was angry, we're not responsible. Listen to me. We're not responsible for someone else's actions. We can't manage others' emotions. This almost took my life out trying to do it. Trying to manage other people's emotions, even though they seem to have very little concern for mine. And yeah. But again, I invite you all, take it to your guides though, because you do have to process it. But I'm just simply giving some tips and what I've been through personally, realizing that, you know, no, don't regret speaking your truth. You have a right to be upset. Sure. I'll be fair. Sometimes we say things that maybe we wish we didn't. But at the end of the day, if there was some type of a tragedy that happened, that's not your fault. Okay? It's an indication that someone needed help, but we also can't make people get help. And most of us know that already because we tried time and time again with certain people. And it was never any different. So hopefully that helps some. Okay. What else we got? But somebody did walk away from something here that was toxic, and that needed to happen. So we got the Eight of Cups. Okay. So you got the victory. See, that's the victory card. There was a victory here. Okay. You all could be also asking, why couldn't they just walk away? Right? Like, how come they just couldn't just walk away and just go somewhere and chill, right? But, yeah. Seven of Swords. Yeah, so you guys got some type of a victory after some type, of lies here. You see some truths about lies. Two of Swords reverse. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune, okay. So, listen, the guides are wanting you guys to know that whatever this difficulty thing was for you, no matter how painful, there's victory here. They're trying to just reassure some of you and encourage you in this moment that you're listening that this was a lot. But they're also saying it had to happen this way. Because you may be the type that never really, well, if you're anything like me, I used to go through a lot of things, but I had a very challenging time of letting go. I did. And not just connections and relationships. I was just that type of a person that I had a hard time letting go, even when my guides have appeared about 1,000 times. And it just progressively gets worse until I catch it, And I know it's cliche to say, and nobody ever wants to hear this, but I've learned that sometimes the most painful things, it had to be that way in that case so that somebody would have the strength and power to move on in life, to go towards their true Wheel of Fortune. I have 8 of Cups, 6 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. But this in the front had to die, had to be let go of, right? Otherwise, balance wouldn't be restored. We have Temperance in reverse. There was no balance in these dynamics here. Whether this was a house, a home, a family, a lover, a situation, it was toxic. There was no balance. Yeah. Yeah. Some of you kept repeating cycles. We have the World in reverse, and the universe had to step in because cycles needed to close out. Like the World in reverse, regeneration in reverse. Some of you guys kept going back, and it was due to spell work and a lot of things. But the universe is wanting people to catch stuff, like if it was spell work, if it was just lies and manipulation, if it was just resistance to change and fear of change, it could get you here. Learn the lesson that when you play in the devil's kingdom too long, when you're resisting your own change, when you're going back and forth constantly in things that you've already been shown was toxic, it can end very tumultuous. And it don't always have to be that tumultuous if we follow the guidance we are being given when we're initially given it, right? But it's okay. They're just saying, like, look, see it from another perspective here and finally learn the lesson. But the good, beautiful thing, you guys, is you're going on to the victory and success here. For those of you, this is not about a literal death, then it's certainly lighter for you, okay? You finally just simply embraced transformation, allowing things to die, knowing how to cut out what's not serving you when you're being prompted to, and just simply looking at things as what it says here. You can learn a lot of good lessons from a few fucked up people, and that's essentially what this whole journey is about. It's about just learning those lessons and keeping moving forward, not regressing, not shutting down, not blaming yourself even, just simply learning, actually growing and moving forward, okay? All right, so I like that. 8 of Cups, 6 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. Let me see if they want me to bring out anything else here. Ace of Pentacles. I just saw an Ace of Pentacles. Okay, anything else, Light Team? Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune for the collective Wheel of Fortune that they're going towards here. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, Four of Swords in reverse. So something that you guys had put on hold, that you, yeah, have put to rest. So like there's a resurrection of something there. Okay, the Hermit. Okay, new beginning here. So some of you are being granted by the universe judgment, a new beginning after isolation, after having gained independence with this Nine of Pentacles here. Ah, yeah. Here's the Queen of Wands. This could be Divine Feminine. Ten of Pentacles. So you guys are about to go towards some legacy things here, or some happiness, victory, and success. But the slow and steady is the theme. Maybe that's why I'm kind of slow with what I'm saying. Because it's all about, all of this is lessons. And I feel like the key component is like when we slow down in life and not be so quick, we'll notice that we're doing things differently. We're deciding differently. We're giving ourselves space, right, to choose from a healthier place, right? Because when we've rushed into things that we thought were going to be victorious, it landed in hostility, because it was only based on the 3D appearance, envy, jealousy, those types of things, okay? Or someone in our environment that we got involved with, or that we partnered up with, and that we went into a business with, was hasty, and it was because of their envy and jealousy or whatever, right? At the heartbeat here with this Phoenix rising energy, the lesson is learn how to transform. Be willing to start from scratch with a leg up, learning how to walk away, 8 of Cups, from things that are not fulfilling you. Because the 8 of Cups is about walking away, looking for that 9th cup, and the 9th cup is the wish fulfillment. What is truly your wish fulfillment? Some of us stay in things very long that's not our wish fulfillment. And I know it's due to, in some of our cases, major high-level spell work and manipulation, domination, control, and all that other stuff. But the part that we have to play in that is, okay, my lesson is follow my guidance as quickly as I can and stop repeating cycles, right? Stop repeating cycles, doing the same types of things, or going back to something that you've already figured out was toxic. Okay, learning to clean yourself up when you pull yourself away from something, right? Whether that's a toxic job, whatever it is, you guys. I've learned how to apply this kind of stuff across the board, man. Across the board. Okay, so let's rock. Let's see what else. Let's get some final messages here. So what does the divine feminine and masculine have to look forward to with this victory and success here in this Wheel of Fortune? Something with the house. I don't know what that's about. Let's see. Journey. Okay. Wealthy man. Okay. Courting. Some of you guys may start courting or dating or something after having, I don't know, lost something, some wealth. Okay, divine feminine and masculine. What do they have here? Yeah, now you guys are being held in high honor. Okay, you made an honorable decision. You'll be able to move forward honorably now. Okay, because you guys are embracing change and transformation, which is what leads us to honor, right? When we're willing and able to change. Right? Okay. Whether it's, habits, whatever this means for you. Slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. Yep. You guys are going towards blossoming abundance here. And if you're a divine masculine, you could be going towards a divine feminine here with this privileged lady that's held in high honor. Okay. That something was stolen from, maybe wealth in reverse. Let's see here. After a recovery, or maybe after a loss. You could have lost something. Yeah. Yeah, and you want to bring her a gift, or she has a gift for you, maybe. Yeah, to bring balance. Okay. Yeah. After, yeah, a lover here in reverse that a lover stole. Let me see here. Yeah, because I have poverty reverse, a house. Yep. Okay. Could we clarify those lovers reverse, light team? Clarify lovers reverse. Lovers reverse. The message of concern. Okay. Masculines, you guys may be about to send a message to the privileged lady about a past lover here. Community, a family. Okay. Man, I should have my situations deck in here. What is this message of concern, light team? Somebody's path. The marriage. Matches of concern. Oh, the house. So a loss, it could be a loss of a house, a marriage. Yeah. So maybe there's going to be some kind of communication about something that has happened here. I don't want to go too deep. We're already at 51 minutes in. I'll just keep it pushing. I mean, but this is still good energy. The only thing I'm looking at is the message of concern. A house, a pathway. Okay. Let's get the final messages. I'm not going to dig too much. Yeah, ancestors are involved here. Yeshua is involved here to bring forgiveness about something that happened here. Yeah, forgiveness and grace. So there's forgiveness and grace and something that took place in all of this, okay? Yeah, Mother Mary, love and peace, and then Master Jesus. And so, yeah, we have mother and father issues here paired next to each other. So this is letting me know balance is being restored to divine feminine and divine masculine. So that's a good thing. Yeah, we have to face our fears. So, you know, you guys just being guided to know that forgiveness is here for you, and just face your fear. Okay, this is your chance to roar and shine again and begin again. Okay. All right. Yeah, you guys have released karma. So you guys have closed out some type of karmic cycles. It could have been regarding karmic energy, karmic lovers, friends, and family. Okay. And there's forgiveness for that. So that's been alchemized and transmuted. And so you can release and move on. And as I said that, now there's healing here. Okay. Now we can heal. And I tell people this all the time. You can't do this when we're attached to the devils. You can't. You have to release yourself. Okay. Final messages. Final messages. Yep, Isis. Okay, so look, if you guys are manifesting, it says your dreams, visions, goals are becoming reality, but you got to stay focused. And it fell over on the double reverse. And it's because of releasing toxicity, releasing devilish things. And this is what's going to help bring in the manifestations you've been waiting for. Nothing could manifest for us when we hold on to toxicity. I tell people this all the time. Yeah, now healing is available, but healing was never going to be available as long as we stay connected to karmic energy, toxicities, things that our guides were telling us long ago to release, right? Yeah, because this was intervention, because some of you guys are on a divine path and intervention had to step in, okay? Because some stuff was really toxic and dark and wicked. And so higher realms had to come in to ensure that people couldn't keep fucking with, you know, your destinies here. It says work through your fears and look at the bigger picture, okay? So some of you, things are going to turn out way better than you think. You just got to face your fear, okay? All right. Final message here for the collective that this is for. Slow and steady, winning the race, and you can learn a lot of good lessons from a few fucked up people. Slow and steady wins the race, and you can learn a lot of good lessons from a few fucked up people. What do we have here? Confidence is your key to success, and believe in the impossible. Masculine. Confidence, it fell on marriage and Four of Wands, is your key to success, and believe in the impossible, and that a win-win outcome is in your forecast. Divine feminine and divine masculine, okay? All right. Wonder why it's so lagged here. And finally, okay, just say no. You just got up a nasty knot. And just say no. I feel like don't put yourself in any kind of nasty knot. You don't owe anyone anything. Don't tie yourself up. Follow your heart. Don't tie yourself up with karmic energies. You know what you need to know. And it is their path to figure out their lives and anything else moving forward here. Time to fly. Yeah, because we have baggage be gone and it's time to fly. Now you guys are free to fly. Okay? And allow people to be responsible for their own lives and you be responsible for your own. Time to fly. Open your presence. Especially if you know people were toxic. And I don't care. I'm not bending on that. You know they were. Unfortunate circumstances doesn't change that. They need to still be responsible for themselves. Just like they would anyone else. You have to keep these lessons in heart. Like, yeah, I detached for a reason. I separated for a reason. I'm not gonna be trauma bonded. You have to avoid that energy. The question is, what would they do if you were not here? It's the same thing they need to be doing now. You have to follow your internal guidance system and what sources told you. And remember what you went through every time you didn't. This is all of our lessons. What we go through every time we rather reason and listen to others, okay? Or cave into our soft side a little bit too much for the wrong reasons and the wrong people, okay? Living large, okay. Well, the universe is saying, listen, if you follow your heartbeat here, okay, living large in the healthiest sense, like you're going to live this abundant life here, okay? You're going to be happy again, right? The darkness is over. It's time out for that. It's time out for toxicity. It's time out for baggage. It's time out for toxic people that did nothing but sabotage you and try to kill you and hurt you in some way, and possibly those that you love, and take you for what you have. It's time for you to move on. What else we have here? Yeah. You're a superhero. All right? Or you know one. Okay? Now it's time for, and I'm going to end it right here. Look. It's time now. Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. No more devils. No more hardships. No more toxicity. Right? It doesn't mean you're not human, you know, if you're moving on, even though there could have been some type of a loss or pain, but you still must go on. Okay? So, love and light, you guys. I hope this resonates, and namaste.